Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Adam J. Pestridge and this is today's vlog. And today, day off work again. So going to be gaming all day, man. Going to be making a few games for videos. If this is the first time you're watching this, if you're coming in for the first time, doing a vlog every day for a year to see the changes in my life. And there's also some free stuff, a free book in the description box below. But today, I thought I'd talk about the PlayStation because I can just feel something in my bones that the PlayStation 5 is going to be announced like within the next 2 weeks, okay? Famously, a lot of people have speculated that on the 29th, which is tomorrow for me, that Sony will be announcing the PlayStation 5 at the Sony Hall event in New York at 7 p.m. They've Sony Hall room in New York has been hired out for a private event. Now, it gets hired out all the time for private events, so that's nothing to stand out about. But one thing I've noticed, and I don't want to add to the rumors, but there's been a lot of frequency. There's been a higher frequency, sorry, in the amount of video releases on YouTube that the PlayStation has done. You know, I don't know if you have signed up to the Sony PlayStation YouTube page, you'll have noticed that in the last 2 days, there's been about 5 to 6 videos a day that has come out on that channel, which is a very high frequency, you know. Now, when you're a business and you're advertising, and you're about to make a big launch, you make soft, subtle launches leading up to that big launch, okay? And it's all advertising for that major launch. You want as many eyes focused on that launch as you can, because the more eyes that are focused on the launch, the more people. I mean, any launch is basically an advertisement to buy your product. Now, I think Sony know that there's going to be a lot of people buying their PlayStation 5 anyway, but they want as many people as possible to watch that thing. So I have a feeling that these little frequency of ads that are coming out are all building to something, okay? Now they're just game ads. They're just like 30 seconds to a minute trailer on an upcoming game. And I dare say these trailers would have been put together in a reel if they had attended a games convention. You know, this would have been what they showcased at that games convention. But instead, they're doing it on YouTube. I mean, to be honest, YouTube is a massive platform, okay? It has billions of users, okay? If you advertise on that platform, you potentially could hit more people than if you went to a games convention. You know, this is probably why Sony pulled out of like E3 and other game conventions, because YouTube has a bigger following, and if they advertise there instead of actually attending in a convention, which, you know, at the end of the day could cost them hundreds of thousands of pounds to attend. You know, you've got to pay the fee to get in, you've got to hire people, you've got to buy equipment, and then you showcase what you've got. It all costs money at the end of the day. But YouTube, you're just putting out a few vids, hardly costs anything. So maybe this is why Sony have declined going. They're trying to save as much money as possible, because the PlayStation 5 cost is spiraling out of control, and they want to rein in as much money as they can. So they launch it on YouTube, you know, and their own small event. I mean, they own Sony Hall, so it's like probably cost them next to nothing to do that. Anyway, point of this video, guys, I thought leading up to the launch of the PlayStation 5, we talk a little bit about the PlayStation 4. Now, don't forget, I do every month a video about the PlayStation 5 where we talk about facts and what's going on to the launch of that PlayStation 5. And when the PlayStation 5 does come out, I will get it and we will do videos about it and the games we play. And if it is true to be backwards compatible with other PlayStation consoles, I will go back and play them games as well on this channel. So, tips and tricks, man. Tips and tricks. As a side note as well, in March, it's the next episode of the PlayStation Play News. So stay tuned for that. But there's 2 other episodes for January and February to check out. Pretty good they are. There's 2 tips today for the PlayStation 4. One's for your internet, and the other one is for your console. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I have the Darth Vader edition PlayStation 4, the big fat one, you know, when it first came out, okay? Bought this, I think it was about 2015, okay? So a year after the console launched, I got the special edition version, you know, the one that has the cool controller, right? And it's only ever had one issue with it in its lifetime. I've only ever had one problem where it completely stopped working for some reason and it wouldn't really come back on. Sorry, 2 issues. I've had 2 issues, sorry. One time it had a corrupted hard drive. I had to phone Sony and they helped me through the steps to bring it back, and it was fine. Second time, it just wouldn't respond. It wouldn't turn on. I had to literally reset the machine, wipe the drive, and rebuild it again from scratch. And that was a bit of a pain, but it came back and it's been working fine ever since. Now, you know, it's like a PC, the PlayStation 4, much like the PlayStation 5 will be, where things can get corrupted quite easily. It's a file system based console, so it's got a hard drive that can just, you know, get laggy basically if it's not maintained. So if you ever find your interface, you know, let's have a look here, this interface here, and it starts to sort of not respond and get laggy. Now mine isn't doing that, as you can see. I'm pushing the button and it's zipping along because I've already done what I'm about to tell you. But if you ever find that it gets a little bit laggy, right, and you're like, oh man, just circumventing the menu system gets a bit tedious, it's probably because your hard drive, you know, it needs like a defrag, basically, just like a PC hard drive would, okay? These aren't SSD drives inside these machines. These are HDD drives, hard disk drives. And hard disk drives are prone to fragmentation and need defragging on a sort of regular yearly basis or a monthly basis, or like a 3-monthly, basis. And the PlayStation 4 is no exception, okay? Now, it probably has inbuilt processes to sort of maintain the hard drive, I dare say, but there is something you can do, okay, to help the lagginess. So tip number 1, right, how to increase your performance on the PlayStation 4, right? Get your controller, right? Turn off your machine, right? Don't go into rest mode. Literally go to power options and turn off the machine, and as it's turning off, unplug your controller so that dies a death as well. Right, there we go. And you'll see that the white bar is still flashing there. Just wait for that to finish. It takes about 30 seconds for it to completely die down. While that's happening, I'm going to open my curtains because it's daytime basically. So let's do that now. Oh, hello daytime. Right, it's back now. There we go. So down at the console, now the power button, okay? Now this works on the PlayStation or the PlayStation Pro. It makes no difference, okay? But if you want to increase your performance on your PlayStation, after you've turned off the machine completely, head on down to the console, the power button, you want to press and hold that, okay? And keep pressing it until you hear 2 beeps. And when you hear 2 beeps on the screen, it will actually say going into the safe mode, okay? So there it is, right? Once it says that, you're fine to let go of the power button and come back to your controller. Plug in the controller, right? This cable's a bit loose, so it takes a while for it to make the connection. And push the PS button as indicated on the screen. And when you do that, you'll be displayed with this menu, okay? This is the safe mode menu. So when I had the glitch the first and second time round, I had to basically use this menu to rebuild my PC. Now, you do not want to go down to number 6 or 7. Trust me, you don't want to do that. what you want to do is go down to number 5 to rebuild the database, okay? Number 5, rebuild the database. Now, it's important you click that one only and not anything else, right? But clicking that, basically, it's like a defrag on your hard drive, and it basically wipes, I guess it wipes the index file and then rebuilds it, right? But what it really does is gives you a massive performance increase, okay? So if your console has become laggy, games have been glitching, or your menu screen has become very slow and unresponsive, and you're thinking, man, my console may need dusting out. Well, it might not need that. It might just need this. So hit number 5, boom, and it'll say it's going to take a while to rebuild it. It actually takes about a minute, depending on how, you know, how big your hard drive is, sorry, and if you've ever done this before. I did this literally just before I did this video, and it took like a minute. So dare say it's probably going to take less time now. But basically, it's going to go through a few things, and then it'll come back on, and then it'll start the process of rebuilding your database. And when it does come back, your menu screen might slightly change. Now, this is not going to delete any games. It's not going to delete any saved data. It's not going to touch your personal files, okay? Think of it like clearing your internet's cache, for the browser. There it is, rebuilding database now. Think of it like, it's clearing out your cookies of your internet, okay? Doesn't get rid of your bookmarks or, any saved pages, but the cookies to access certain sites, or the cookies that you accept when you're on certain sites, most likely it's like clearing them out, okay? Totally safe. You're not going to lose any information, right? But once this is done, I'm going to go through another enhancement that you can do to increase your internet speed connection for the PlayStation. I don't know about you, but, me and my missus on here, we're on a Virgin package where we get something like, what is it now, 350 megabyte download speed, something crazy like that. And our upload speed is like 20, 25 upload, but I never see that performance on the PlayStation. It's like 5 upload, and it's like 80 download, and I'm like, that can't be right. But I didn't know this. The PlayStation actually caps your internet speed, right? Puts a cap on it. And depending on how you've connected, if you've connected wirelessly or through the LAN cable, through the LAN cable, it's going to be quicker. Always recommended through the LAN cable. But this little tip that I'm going to show you now, it works either way. But you will need to bring up some information on the internet, okay? And we'll go through that in a second. So it's rebuilding the database. It's done now. Took like a minute. And there we go. That comes back. Now, when it comes back, you're going to notice a few icons have moved around your home screen. Okay, there might be a couple of icons that have returned from your home screen. You just got to push the PS button again for it to turn and activate back on. But when you do that, it comes back. It's absolutely fine, and it's going to be more responsive and faster on the home screen. And when you're playing games, less likely to glitch out. Right. And of course, as you start to use your PlayStation, that home screen browser will start to change, and the icons will shift around again, depending on which ones you're using. But I've noticed a couple of old ones have come back on here. But anyway, it's fine, okay? Right, internet speed, okay? So you need to go to the network settings, right? Which is on your settings tab, and scroll down to network. Now I need to clear this little thing I've put up on in order to show you how it works. So internet settings updated, test the internet connection. There we go. So I've just gone through the setup of my internet. And this is the speed I'm getting, okay, 144 and 8, right? Which, to be honest, that's not my internet speed, to be honest. My internet speed is 3 times better than that. So, now, first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go to test internet connection, okay? And you want to do this 5 times. Okay, very important to get an average score of what you're actually getting now, because every time you click this, it will change. So it'll do its little test. And on here, we've got 179 and 8. So do that again. The second time, you'll get a completely different score. And we'll see what that is. 190, and look at that, 2.5 upload. Oh, that's embarrassing, man. That would be the worst type of multiplayer online, wouldn't it? Right, do it again. 190, 6.7. The fourth time. The reason you do it 5 times is you need an average score so you can see if it's worked. You know, 110, 2.5, guys, come on. This is getting bad. I think my average is going to be 3 upload and about 170 download. 6.6. I'll do it one more time. So I would say my average download speed is about 180. My average upload is probably between 3 and 4, right? Now, here is the little thing now. Again, you need these settings. You need certain settings, right? On the man, I wish I had another device here. I'm gonna have to go to the computer first. You need some settings off the internet first, right? And it's very simple. It's nothing. You don't got to be a hacker or an IT whiz to do this, right? And it's totally, if you're not happy with it, it's so easily reversible. Just turn on my PC here. Hello, what's going on here? Come on back to life, mate. What the hell, man? It's died a death here. Where's the screen not coming on? I've turned it on, man. There we go. Right, my life. Go on Google. Bring it up. There we go. Now, once you're on Google, all you got to type in, if I can get my monitor to work, is the DNS settings, right, for the world, I guess. Man, what's going on with this monitor? No, HDMI 1, not 2, mate. I clicked 1. Taking the piss out of me now. There we go. Oh, what's going on? Oh, man, it's glitches in the Matrix here. Bloody monitor's having a spaz attack. Right. Mate, I just can't get my monitor to come on. What the hell? It's taking the piss out of me. There we go. Right. Move that over here. Bloody hell. Right. DNS settings, right? DNS settings, right? And it's going to bring a list up, right? Actually, just type DNS maybe. There we go. Right, you got to type in DNS numbers, sorry. Type in DNS numbers, right? It's going to bring up this list here, okay? Now, these numbers are your DNS numbers, okay? So, like, take a picture of them, write them down on a piece of paper, whatever you need to do, right? These are current, okay? And one of these is going to be the one you need. Now, I personally have found that Cloudflare works best on my setup. Okay, so I'll be using that one, which I believe that one is 1001. Yes. Now it's going to depend on where you live in the world to which one of these numbers is the one you need to use. Google is okay, has a good one, but use each and every one of these to see which one is going to be best for you. Now, quadruple 1001. That's the best one that works on my system. Okay, now we did a speed test, right? And we'll do another one. And I got an average of between 3 to 4 upload and about 180 download, I believe it was. So just doing its test now. What do we got? 180 and 5 on that one. But yeah, the average I think was about 3 to 4 upload and 180 download. So what we want to do, should better show you this, haven't I? Right, so you go to set up internet connection, right? And I always connect with the LAN cable, but you can use Wi-Fi or LAN, makes no difference. LAN, and you want to go to custom because you want to enter the DNS numbers yourself. That's the only setting you need to do though. The DNS setting is the only one. So keep going along where it says DNS settings, go to manual, and then your primary DNS is going to be that first number. So for me, it was 1 dot, man, what's going on with this? It's picking up me hand on the old scratch pad. 1-1 to 1 to 1 to 1. All the ones. There we go. Not as easy one-handed as I thought it would be. Right, that's that one, okay? If you enter them wrong, it will tell you. And then this one was, if I can get that off, 1, oh, dude, 1.0.1 no 0.1. There we go. That's that sorted. Then that's it. That's all you got to do. Everything else is automatic. Just do not use. Test your internet connection, and when it loads up, it should produce some higher numbers than it did before. 174.9 and 4. Well, that, to be honest, wasn't as high really, but oh, hang on, to go back to test the internet connection. Do it 5 times and get an average again, right? 164 and 5, so that's about an average of 4 so far. 162 to 4, it's 4. 162 and 5. So the average really seems to still be about 4, to be honest. 70 to 4.7, that one. Upload speed is the one I'm more bothered about, to be honest. Because that means it's how is it going to be when I'm playing games online. Now again, I mean, that setting number that I tried before, that one works best on my machine. I mean, hey, it might not work every day as best. I might need to change it to another one by the looks of it. But, yeah, I think I might change it to another one again now. But anyway, doing that right certainly does change the download speed of your internet, okay? And it basically takes that cap off that the PlayStation 4 puts on, okay? And if you've got a very fast internet, you'll be able to access that, okay? So there you go. Hard disk drive performance, internet speed performance. You know, who knows what tips we'll be coming up with in the future. Stay tuned, okay? Don't forget, in March is the next news play for the PlayStation 5, okay? By the next episode of that, we will have been revealed the PlayStation 5. I do feel that it's coming in the next couple of days for the world. And also on the 1st of March, which is in like 3 days' time, there's a chance to win the Avengers Infinity War Blu-ray 4K disc to one of my lucky subscribers, and every one of my subscribers also will receive a book free from me, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your results down in the bottom in the comments, and I'll see you next time, guys. Take care. Bye.